right, first grade, here's a lesson in how to navigate through everything on our school website. I hope you already put in myebca.org. Remember, when you put in your username, when you first sign on at school, when we use the same laptops, it has your username, and then you don't see it, but at the very end of that little line, it says at myebca.org. Okay, that's automatically on the computer every time you log into the classroom. You just never pay attention to it. Then you click on it, and then you do your password, and then you're in. When you go to iRead or Think Central or any of those other websites, you do your username, that's your green on top, and your password, that's the red on the bottom, and then you're good. Okay, but when you log into this computer, now that you're doing it from home, you always have to do your username. Okay, so Jayla, hi Jayla, that would be Jayla G for Garcia, Jayla G 2031 at myebca.com. Okay, so you have to do that. I believe you have to do that every time you log into the computer. This is all on your paper that Mr. Lett gave you today. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through some things. We are used to seeing right here, students, academic page, educational link, Google Ed, that's a new thing that Mr. Leck added, okay? Then if you go over here, look what Mr. Leck added. It says distance learning for school closure. Our school's closed, but learning is still open. Okay, so that says distance learning. That's like homeschooling, okay? Doing learning from home. We're still teaching you. Mommy's teaching you. Teacher's still teaching you from websites and using those packets and all of that, okay? So we're going to be using this, and this, okay? You don't need to worry about, remember, you don't click on where it says staff. Don't worry about that. You don't need to click on staff, okay? You're going to be clicking on students, and you're going to be clicking on distance learning, okay? And parents, if you have an issue, Chromebook tech request, and you click that right there. That's only for parents, okay? So let's go back over here. So we're going to click on students. Let's go academic page. We know this page. We know what this looks like. All right. We have iRead, Think Central, Renaissance Learning. And parents, we're used to using this for math. The kids haven't used it a lot for reading, but I'll show you how to do that, okay? We do iRead all the time. We do Renaissance Learning, that's AR, little quizzes, a 5-question quiz with our little books, and a STAR test to find out their reading level online, okay? So these other things here, we don't use these in first grade. So let me go through and show you what we are going to be using and what you're not going to be using, okay? Please don't worry about this. We're not using Illuminate right now, okay? We use that for tests inside the classroom, but we're not using that right now, okay? We're not using this one. We're not using that. And we're not using that. And our Social Studies Weekly, this is a fun little thing. We're mostly focusing on science right now. Remember, we do Social Studies and Science, and we take turns. We're not doing the Social Studies right now. We're focusing on science and habitats. Habitats are animal homes. Okay, so we're going to be using iRead. Okay, we're going to be using Renaissance Learning, and we're going to be using Think Central. So there's 3 things on here, okay? There's 3 things on here that we will be using: iRead, Think Central, and Renaissance Learning. Let's go ahead and go back up to the top. And let's go educational link. This is the one that we get on if you've forgotten some of your letter sounds. It's good to practice. EBCA, we know this one. We are going to be using EBCA for those of you who need to continue practicing your letters and sounds. Starfall has letters and sound practice. And then remember, it also has the book practice, okay? It has the practice for different kinds of reading. We're not using Kahoot. We don't use it in room 10. I don't know if room 8 or room 7 is using it, but room 10 is not using it. And Mrs. White's making this video for room 10, room 7, and room 8, so all of first grade. And we don't use quizzes in room 10. I don't think the rest of first grade is using that either, okay? So let's go ahead and go back up. And Google Ed. These are all the different Google websites, and then a different one at the end. Google Drive, that's for the big kids. We don't use that. Google Classroom, you'll start using that in 2nd grade. I did put, let me go ahead and erase, excuse me. I did put a little assignment just to play around on there. There is a little something for room 10, okay? But it's only for, let's see if I can write on there, for room 10. There's a little assignment on there just to practice using it, okay? Room 10. I don't know if room 7 or room 8 has started using that at all yet. We just did a little tiny assignment just to play around on there and get used to it. You don't have to do it. Don't worry about it. 2nd, 3rd grade, 4th, 5th, 6th, they're going to use this all the time, okay? Google Hangouts, that's to chat. Some teachers might be using that. Google Meet, this is what Mr. Leck wants us to use instead of Zoom. Parents, this is supposed to be more secure than Zoom. Zoom is good, but we have to put certain rules and restrictions on it so that no strangers get into our meeting, okay? Or they can listen in our meeting and get information, that kind of thing. So Google Meet is supposed to be more secure. It is more geared for using in classroom settings, okay? So Google Meet is a good one to use. Google Hangout is video chatting, messaging, that kind of thing. So some of you might be using that, has some video chats, and this is more like for one-on-one, okay? So your teacher might use this for one-on-one if they want to talk. Google Meet, you can do, small groups, big groups, that kind of thing. Okay, well, let me show you what we're going to be using this for a lot. YouTube right here. Oh, I don't like that color. I'm going to use a different color. How about blue? YouTube. We're going to be using YouTube a lot, okay? You need to get on YouTube every day. You better get on. Every day, get on YouTube. Every single day, get on YouTube. Okay. Mrs. White's trying to find the camera. Is the camera right there? I think it's right there. Okay. Get on YouTube every day, please. We'll have the lessons, the daily lessons on YouTube, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, okay? So you get on YouTube. All right. And let's go ahead and go back up here. And let me show you what is on here for distance learning, okay? Distance learning. Okay, here's what we're going to use and what we're not going to use. We don't use Gmail. Parents, you're welcome to email. You could use your child's email and send an email to us. I think most of us have gotten parents' emails. You can just send us an email from your own email. We typically don't have the kids' email in 1st grade. Okay, happy numbers. I know room 7 and room 8 are all ready for happy numbers, and room 10 is getting ready. So room 7, room 7 and room 8 are already doing that, and we're going to get ready to have room 10 doing it too, okay? Padlet, we are not using Padlet. We're not using Seesaw, okay? Room 10 is not using Seesaw. I don't think room 7 and room 8 are going to use Seesaw. It's just a little too much to add too many things. Okay, so let's look at what else. There's that Google Meet again and Google Hangouts that we already talked about on the other page. Yes, we'll be doing Google Meet. Okay, Google Hangouts, we can do that for one-on-one talks and voice and video chats and things like that. But Google Meet will be for doing a class group chat, okay? Like talking online as a class, maybe 5 kids at a time, maybe 10 kids at a time. I think some teachers have tried to do 20 kids at a time. So I don't know if we could do that, but we might try, okay? We'll be using Epic a lot. A lot of you are already getting on Epic. Good job. If you're already getting on Epic, good job for you, okay? California State Library, this has a lot of books on there, okay? If you'd like to get in there, we haven't set you up in that yet. Epic is really, really good for 1st grade, okay? Some of the older kids might be getting on California State Library. Right now, we are not getting on that. We're just focusing on Epic and Happy Numbers. These are really user-friendly, parents, and we're trying to sign these 1st graders up for things that they can get on and do independently, okay? We know that in 1st grade, the parents have to do a lot to help them. So if we assign too many websites, that's just more for you parents to do, okay? And we don't want to make things so complicated. Okay, Chromebook tech request on here. If you're having any problems with your computer, you do all this first, okay? So just follow the instructions on here. And this is a little hotline. This is a number that'll go straight to Mr. Leck, and leave a message for his voicemail, and he'll call you back. Today, Thursday, and tomorrow, Friday, he's crazy busy passing out computers, so he might not get back to you till Monday, okay? But this is what to do if you're having a hard time with something on your computer, okay? All right, so let's go back up. Let's go into academic page. we're going to click on Think Central. Okay, Think Central. And I'm going to pretend I'm Jayla. Hi, Jayla. And don't worry, they can't see your password. There's Jayla. So she types in her username, Jayla. Now, remember, make sure, parents, we had a hard time with this. Make sure, United States, California, we're not having a problem with that. This is where we're having all the problem. We are not part of Fresno Unified School District. We are a county-operated school. We are under Fresno County. We are not part of Fresno Unified. So let me show you right here. We're not going to go, don't go here. Some parents are going to Fresno Unified School District and then they can't find our name because we are not part of Fresno Unified, okay? County operated school. Then you will see Edison Bethune. Remember to click right here. Don't forget to click Remember My School. You'll only have to do this one time. You won't have to keep doing it over and over. So this is very, very important. Okay, so let's log in. Here's the things to do list. Now, I'm going to show Ms. Abundis and Mr. Moreno how to assign this. Mr. Moreno made it in English and Spanish, the packet that explains how to get through everything. He did a really good job. It's really neat. It shows you how to get on your leveled readers, the ebook, and the textbook, okay? And that was my video on YouTube. That was part of it, showing that packet that he made that shows you how to get through everything. That's really good if you want to get on leveled readers and find readers that are just at your level. But we're all doing the same ebook for Lesson 20, starting on Monday, Lesson 20. Spelling is Lesson 20. Reader's Notebook is Lesson 20. Everything's Lesson 20, okay? So when you're doing Lesson 20 and we have the textbooks to match it, I just assign them. So let me show you what I did, okay? So things to do. And I put a lot of math games on here, okay? Going down, look, Decodable Phonics Book, Lesson 20, okay? It's right there. So I click on it. Okay. And now Jayla, when she gets in, it's going to say in progress because it says not started. So I might have to reassign it for Jayla because I can't go through this as a teacher. So bedtime for Ray. There you go. So you're going through. This is the story. And let's see if it has the audio on the left. It does not have the audio, okay? It does not have the audio. So that's you're reading it by yourself. Reading it by yourself, okay? I have the book. I will be doing YouTube videos reading it to you also. You have that option. If you already read it on here and you read it, how many times? We read it 2 times together on the carpet. We read it 1 or 2 times in our partners. So altogether, we usually read it 4 times, okay? We don't just read it once and say, oh, good to go. I read like a robot. No, that's not enough. You have to read it all the way through until you're reading fluently and your words are flowing like a river, okay? So, read this by yourself. If you're good to go, wonderful for you. If you need teacher to read it to you, I will be reading this, okay? I will be reading this every day on YouTube, okay? So you go through here, and that's that, okay? We're going to go up to the corner. We're going to click X, and get out, okay? And I'm going to go back to things to do. Back to that things to do list, okay? And look what we have here. Let's see. And here I've assigned some leveled readers already. I already put leveled readers on here, right there for some kids, okay? And let's see where Mrs. White put it. Maybe it's at the bottom. I think I passed it. I think I did all the way up at the top. Write in reader, lesson 20, write in reader. You have your write in reader. We packed that for you, okay? So click right there. And when you go to this part, there you go. Tree Frog sings his song. So write in reader. And this is the story. Again, does it have audio? Nope. There is no audio. I will be reading this to you on YouTube. If you get on YouTube, I'm reading this to you. If you don't need it and you've already read it to yourself and you feel like you're doing a great job and mom says you sound good, then you don't need to listen to it on YouTube. But most of us do. Most students need this read to so we can read it fluently, okay? So I'm going to go X out of there. Back to that things to do list. Okay. So, and there's homework booklets on there. I put lots of math games on there, lots and lots and lots of math games on there, okay? There's tons on there. Now, this is just what I've assigned you. So my scores, remember, that's just for tests that we've taken in the classroom, looking at scores there. My library. Okay, so I know it says library, but it's kind of for everything. So student activity book, homework and remembering, math tools, math expressions, and mega math. Look at this. Do you notice this is clicked on math right here? So everything here is going to be all math. Okay? It's just for math. Now, you can hear my kitty cat meowing. Now, if I get off of math and I go into reading, then it's gonna have all the things that we're not used to seeing. Okay, we don't really use that too much in class because we just read the real books in class. So let me show you. Okay, down here where it says reading, you're gonna click right there on reading. Okay, watch this. Look at all these tiles. Whoa, and it's kind of scattered all over the place. Okay, there's some in English and some in Spanish. Let's look at the student ebook. This is the anthology. This is the anthology textbook. Okay, the anthology textbook. That's the ebook. And let me see here. I think I have an example of that. Just a second. So that's the student ebook, and that's the hardback book, and that's like the textbook that has all the different stories. Okay, it's this one. That's what it is. It's this right here. Okay. So let's go ahead and click on that. Student ebook. Book 1, nope. Book 2, nope. Book 3, nope. Book 4, okay? So book 4, it's going to have lessons 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. But look, it doesn't show you. So 16, let's see. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's going to be all at the end. So you have to go all the way through here. You have to flip all the way through. Okay, that's the only pain. Okay, there is a way for me to assign this. Look up here where it says the lesson number right here. Lesson 16. Nope, that's not good enough. We want to go all the way to lesson 20. So we're just going to keep clicking all the way through. This is what you have to do if you're searching for it. If I assign it to you, you'll click on it and just get it on your things to do, and you'll find it right there, okay? That's much easier. It's much better if we just assign it straight to you. So we're working on that. So it's having a little hard time catching up with me. I'm going a little fast. You'll notice it has audio. It will read it to you, okay? It's expecting you to read the other little phonics readers. Those ones, that's this little book here. That is right here. Those ones, it's not reading it to you. It doesn't give you the audio of this at all, okay? So this one does give you the audio, okay? This hardback book, it does give you the audio. So keep going through. Remember, we already read these. We're at the end of the book, okay? Our bookmark was towards the very end, so it's lesson 20. All the way through, okay? So it takes a long time. See how many times we're having to click through? So it's better if we just assign it under the things to do, okay? So clickety click, click, click. I think Mrs. White might just peek and put in the page number. All right. Little Rabbit's Tail, page 160, okay? 160. You see what I did there? 160, okay? And I hit enter. And I don't like that it just shows one page at a time. I want it to show 2 pages. So I'm going to click on page view, and I'm going to go to 2 pages right here. You see this? So I'm going to go on to 2 pages, okay? 2 pages right there. And now it's showing double, okay? All right. And then you're going to be reading this. It has the audio.
Lesson 20. Anchor text. Genre. A folk tale is an old story told for many years. Look for a lesson about life. Animals who act like people. The words happily ever after.
All right, you get the gist. Okay, so there's that. This is why it's just being silly. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get out of here. And there we go right there. Okay, so And we have our blended books. I think we just sent those home for you. Okay. There's all kinds of stuff in here. Channel 1 News is a fun little thing that goes along with some things. It has one for some of them, not for all of them. Okay. But there's a lot here. So that can be kind of confusing. Okay. So if you go through Decodable Reader, if you wanted to find a Decodable Reader, I've already signed that to you. If you want to hunt for it, look, we're in book 4. Oh, let's go. Let's look at that again. So online ebook, book 4, online ebook, not the PDF. The PDF means the paper. So remember, we're looking for this. Okay, looking for this. Take a little while, and it's going to be all the way onto page 131. Okay, so look up here. 131. Enter. Page view. I want it to be 2 pages. Okay. And did you know you can also make the font bigger? You can go, whoa, make it bigger. Let's see if it's going to let me do it. There we go. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. Sometimes it'll let me make the letters bigger, and you can kind of zoom in. Okay. It's not letting me do it. Maybe it'll let you do it at home. All right. So bedtime for Ray. There is no audio. You have to read it by yourself. It's not reading it to you. That's the problem with that. So I'll be reading this to you on YouTube. Okay. So there's that. And Xing out. Okay. And let's see what else we got here. I don't think we're going to be using that. There's some little videos right here that goes along with the reading. Okay. There's a little I read videos that goes along with our reading lesson. We did the decodable readers. You will be using that. Retelling cards. Those are a fun little thing to just use picture cards to retell the story. Okay. These are words to know, vocabulary cards, words to know. Those are usually on the whiteboard. Sound spelling cards. Those are from our wall. Okay. Leveled readers. Okay. Leveled readers. Very important right here. This is what you want to get on if you're doing it to find a book just at your level. We all need to read. You need to read this. And you need to read this. So you need to read both of these. Woo! Both of these every week, okay? But you also need to read books at your level, okay? You can ask your teacher if you're a green circle, if you're a blue diamond, a purple triangle, or a blue square, okay? So this is below. This is on level. This is above level. And I think this one is ELD if I do it correctly here. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't say. I know it in the classroom. I have it memorized in the classroom, but this is below level, and that's okay. Some of us are working on getting on level, okay? This one is on level. This is above level. These ones, I believe, are the ELD for learning English. And then here we have our vocabulary readers. It has all the new sight words for the week. It has our new words to know for the week, okay? So basically, all you need to know is, oh, where's my little, it's covering up what I need down here. Let's make that a little bit smaller. Okay, so this is below level, okay? Some kids have already used this in the classroom. This one is on level, okay? And this is above level. These ones right here are for ELD. That's for students learning English and Spanish. But really, they're good for everybody. It's just another book with the same thing. If it's all about apples, or maybe one week it's all about traveling to the moon. Another week it's all about Curious George. It's just another book with words to practice. So it's good for everybody, okay? So, and then right here we have the vocabulary readers, and that's with the words to know, okay? It looks like my handwriting's so sloppy, huh? Words to know, okay? So if you figure out how to do that, I'm going to X out. All right, let's see here. Student ebook, that's our hardback book. Leveled readers, finding a book at your level. our decodable reader that we all read together, retelling cards, you can use that, sight word cards, I read videos if you want to, okay? You don't have to do those. It's good to, but here's the things you must do, okay? Room 10, room 7 and 8 probably also, but here's what you must do in room 10. You must get on your, let's erase that, okay. Ebook, you have to get on the ebook. You need to do the leveled readers at your level and the decodable readers, okay? And also get on Epic and, read. Get on there too, okay? So everything else, I think you know what to do. We know how to do iRead and all the other things. Let's go ahead and look at YouTube, okay? I'm going to log out of Think Central. Oh, Mrs. White just touched her face. Don't touch your face, Mrs. White. Let me get some hand sanitizer. All right, I'm good to go. So let's go ahead and go back to school website. Let's go back. All right, I'm just going to click right here and X out. I'm going to get back in Google Chrome. Oh, now I'm all itchy. And let's go back to my EBCA.org. Okay. Distance learning, right here, distance learning. And then we're going to go down here. That's not what I'm looking for. Excuse me. Oh, Mrs. White's YouTube channel is not on there, and Mr. Leck didn't add it. Oh, all right. Okay, so right here, Google Ed. Okay. We're going to click on YouTube. And you're going to type in Mrs. White, but it actually is just under Mrs. White's whole name. So it's Leanne White. Now you know my first name. Okay, and I click enter. So click right there. Okay, and then you want to subscribe. Okay, so that you can sign up for that channel all the time. Okay, so this is the lesson right here. This lesson is explaining how we're doing the online classes, and this one is talking all about what's in our tote bag and how it matches the lesson plans that we put in the tote bag, okay? So there's all of that. Very important, I do want you going through and doing the sound spelling. I know some people are doing it and some are not. You need to do your sound spelling video that's in there if I can get to it. I don't think I can. Oh, no, can't get to it right now. Let's go videos. Let's see. Okay. Sound spelling is very important. We practice that every day and you need to keep practicing it. And right here, this one right here, I need you practicing your sound spellings, okay? We practice that all the time. You need to practice that. I would like you to practice it every day like we do in class. Please practice this at least 2 or 3 times a week. Please, please, please. Okay? Find the sight word list that's good for you. You can ask your teacher and we'll tell you which list it is, or you can go on there and if you already know the word and you're saying the word before the little audio little speaker box says the word, then you don't need to practice it. But if that little audio box says the word before you and you don't know the word, then you do need to practice it, okay? So you can get on and practice any of these right here, any of the ones that seem like you're having a hard time with them, you don't know all the words, then you need to practice them. If you know all the words and you're going through like super fast, like, snap, 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 super fast, then you don't need to practice it. Okay, and go on to one of the other ones. But you do need to practice any of these that you have a hard time with, okay? Oh, and some down here as well, excuse me, right there, okay? So for those of you who are just getting on, there's many YouTube videos. There's the first one, there's the second one, okay? A lot of this has changed, so I really wouldn't look at a lot of this old stuff here because we're not doing those lessons. That was just for room 10, and now we're doing our lessons that's for all of first grade, and we made all of our lesson plans that match for room 7, room 8, and room 10 all together. So I really wouldn't look at these old lessons unless you just want an extra book to read. If you want to listen to the books, good for you, okay? But you don't have to do the work that matches this. Do the sight words. There's my daughter doing a little science video, sound spellings, okay? and then go all the way up here, up, up, up. Start here and here every Monday, every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There will be lessons on here every day. You need to tune in and check them out every day. And it's going over all the work that we've assigned. Okay. Alrighty. I think we're good to go. We will see you back here Monday for our first teaching videos. Okay. Let's see if I can wave on the camera. It's a little backwards. Bye-bye.